Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful rest of your Labor Day weekend. I know we've got one more day, but we're going to see some rain chances in the afternoon for Labor Day, and I'll get into that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and talk about what we've got on deck for right now. Temperatures are starting out for the day around that 89-degree mark. Some folks are hitting 90, so looking at the shoals, it is a gorgeous day to be out on the water. It's been gorgeous all weekend long as well. So we've had nice holiday weather. Some folks are still seeing some residual showers. We saw some pop-up showers earlier this morning. I think I checked radar closer to 9 o'clock this morning. And that's when we were seeing some showers moving into Jackson County and DeKalb County as well. So those are starting to finally move out the way. Looks like Gadsden is getting the last little bit of showers there. So looks like it's going to be a more clear, dry afternoon and evening for those folks. But you can see there's a little bit of rain-cooled air right around the Fort Payne area. So they're in the mid-70s, looking at 77 for Fort Payne exactly. But most of us are in those upper 80s. Some folks just over 90, looking like 91 here in Huntsville, 90 on the dot at Albertville, and 93 in Athens. So it is a warm, warm day. But if you have some outdoor plans for the evening, it's still going to be a great evening to get out and enjoy the nice weather while we've got it. We're going to pick up some rain chances heading into the next couple of days, so keep that in mind. And of course, I'll walk you through what that's going to look like as well in just a moment. So we're going to keep those warm temperatures, and we'll see some cooler conditions as we start to head into your Monday, because we will start to see some rain chances early on in the day. However, they're not going to be washout conditions. So for the next 12 hours, we'll see some 70s slip into the forecast closer to your evening. Once we get to sunset, things start to chill a little bit. We're going to be in those upper 70s overnight. Our low is expected to be around 70 to 71 for some areas. Starting the day out for Monday, though, we'll be in the upper 60s. It's going to be nice and clear for most of the morning, though, and we'll continue to see that heading into each day, but rain chances will start to pick back up in the afternoons. So it's been comfy today. We've been seeing some dew points raise a bit. We were seeing dew points last night forecasted to be closer to that 54, I believe, 54 point area. And now they're kind of jumping back up with some of the rain chances that have been in the mix of the valley so far. We're seeing some low end 60s for those dew points. Not at all oppressive. We're just under that with sticky by Thursday, but we'll be comfy for the next couple of days. And we'll see how that changes come Tuesday, which is going to have a greater chance of rain, and it's going to be more widespread as well. Monday seems like it's going to sit there and be more toward the western folks. And I believe I have our RPM coming up after this, but tomorrow is going to be about a 7 out of 10 because it's not as hot as what we've seen from this weekend. Our high for tomorrow is expected to be closer to about 86, so we'll see it cool down a good deal. So once we see those rain chances move into the area, some folks will start to see some temperatures take off into those mid-70s for the evening and the afternoon. So keep that in mind for our western folks especially. There'll be some nice weather outside, ranging between 84 to 86 for some communities. We'll see some warmer conditions right around the 2 and 3 o'clock hour. Starts to cool off once the rain chances move into the area, bringing us down to those low end 80s. So our graphic here doesn't quite show our high for the day, but we're still expecting to see some folks in those mid 80s getting into Labor Day. So what we're looking at now is our hour by hour. Looks like we've got some decent breeze going for about 6 or so, 7 o'clock tonight. So as we get through our Sunday night, things will start to cool off, like I mentioned, into those low end 70s. Some folks already in those upper 60s. Looks like Moulton's about 66, so a little cooler on their end. But as we continue through your Monday, temperatures will start out in the upper 60s for some folks. Seeing some 64s and 63s. I know Florence seems to be running a bit cool lately. That's one of the areas we thought we were going to see some 40s a couple days ago when we had much cooler weather, and it struggled to get down that far. So I would say they're more so about 66. But other than that, we'll start to see temperatures warm up into those low end 70s throughout the morning, and rain chances will be scattered for most of our early afternoon. So Lauderdale County, even parts of Morgan County, will see a shower around 1 to 2 o'clock. We'll still have some decent breeze to go through the area as well. Some folks dealing with some rain chances like Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Albertville. We'll start to see some rain cooled air from those areas. Upper 70s is where they'll sit. As you can see with Florence and Russellville, looks like they'll stick around those 80s for the first portion of those showers, but these rain chances are going to pick up mostly in the west. So, which is good news because I'll show you drought monitor in a minute, but it's abnormally dry on our western front. So we'll continue to see some rain chances throughout this week, and hopefully that will start to bring back some moisture to the area. But rain chances will pick up for their western communities. So Phil Campbell, Moulton, Russellville, Florence, Decatur even could see a good heavy shower, but we're expecting to see a couple of possible storms as well. Nothing severe on deck so far, just hearing rumbles of thunder. So keep that in mind as you plan out your afternoon into your evening. It doesn't seem to let up as much until about 8, 9 o'clock. Could see some overnight showers for some communities, just some leftover showers there. But rain-cooled air will sit around those areas that are dealing with the heaviest of showers, getting into those upper 60s much quicker than a lot of folks will for Monday evening. So right now we do have a good portion of our western communities in that dry area of our drought monitor, our dry part of that scale. Now we do have some parts, and that looks like it's more toward Mississippi. Looks like that's on the moderate end. Also a couple of our Tennessee folks dealing with some moderate drought conditions. So it's a little dry here lately, but hopefully these rain chances this week, just a reminder, everything that happens from this past Tuesday all the way up to tomorrow, Monday, is going to come out. It's going to be taken into a database by this upcoming Tuesday. So the Tuesday after Labor Day is going to have everything from the past week, rain-wise, to see what our drought conditions are, and those are released on Thursdays. So with the rain chances that we're seeing this week, heavier rain chances, we won't see the results of that until next week. It's always very confusing to explain, but we'll see how things start to shake out a little bit. Hopefully we can knock off some of this dryness that we're seeing in those communities, because it's been dry in the west for a while. We're starting to see it kind of move away. I think Haleyville was in the abnormally dry area the last monitor we had roll out. So hopefully it starts chipping away at some of those abnormally dry communities. But taking a look at your 10-day forecast, rain chances are going to hang in for the next couple of days and be around that 40% chance. We'll see some afternoon and evening showers for the most part. So keep that in mind as you're making your plans this week. Thankfully, we start to see those rain chances let up just in time for Friday. I know the Madison Bowl is this week. Super excited, and as a James Clemens alumni, go Jets. But anywho, all that to the side, we'll continue to see rain chances. By Friday, things will start to dry out because we will start to see a cold front moving in. Most of these showers are going to be ahead of that cold front. So it's just going to pull in some cooler air for our communities, keeping things on the drier end. Humidity will be quite low, and we'll also see some upper 70s right around Friday. We'll start to notice our temperatures go from mid 80s to low end 80s and upper 70s. So that's where that cool air comes in to cool us off a bit. So we'll get back into yet another false fall. We've had like 4 at this rate. But we'll see some days where our temperatures in the mornings will start out around 56 to 57. Some folks can see about 54. It's going to be some chilly starts as we get to the back half of this week, I should say. So short week, but it's also going to be a cooler week. Keep that in mind as you're heading outside as well, especially for our Thursday. You might want to have an extra jacket on hand because you will battle some rain later in the day, but also cooler start to your morning. By the time we get through next weekend, we'll start to see some sunnier conditions. Not expecting a lot of that rain to continue through the weekend because we will start to see those conditions dry out. So we could get some good breezy days for next weekend. So don't expect your Labor Day to be a complete washout unless you are in some of our communities in the west, around Florence, around Phil Campbell. Your afternoon, go ahead and plan to back things up. If you have some evening and afternoon plans for Labor Day, start to adjust and make plans accordingly. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your holiday weekend. Take your well-needed rest before we get back to the short week. The short week always throws me off with it only being 4 days, and it's like, what is going on? But nonetheless, I hope you have had a wonderful vacation, break, what have you, and travel safely. And we will be on in a couple of minutes for your 5 o'clock news, and I hope you'll tune in then. See ya.